Y'all know how they say that karma is a bee? Well, Kevin Hunter is learning that the hard way because he has lost everything, gone broke, and is also heavily in debt. And now that he is no longer rolling in cash, his boo thing and baby mama Sharina Hudson has allegedly dumped him because she is not about that broke life. Kevin recently opened up about his misfortunes, and y'all won't believe what he has to say. Does he really want Wendy back? Y'all, so I just know that Wendy Williams is sitting somewhere laughing because word on the streets is that Sharina just dumped Kevin because he went broke. I mean, we all kind of saw this coming from a mile off, and it happened in the craziest of ways. So to give you some context, Kevin and Sharina have been together for about 16 years now because they first started sneaking around together in 2007. Of course, Kevin was still married to Wendy and they even had a child together, but that didn't matter to Kevin. As if cheating on Wendy wasn't bad enough, he was also spending Wendy's money to finance a lavish lifestyle for Sharina. One of the first things that Kevin did was to send Sharina to a fancy school to be a massage therapist. Well, that didn't quite work out for her, and she soon dropped the whole massage therapist thing. Well, Kevin was the perfect sugar daddy because he opened a big kiosk for her in her native town of South Carolina, but that business ended up being a flop too. But he didn't give up on her, and he then invested in another online clothing and jewelry store called Vish, and I think by now you can imagine how that ended up. The store was another failure, but did Kevin give up at this point? Of course not. He helped her get certified as a realtor, but again, this didn't quite work out. He then opened up a vegan company for her, which was the 5th company he was setting up for her. He also bought her a house that cost almost $1 million around the same neighborhood that he lived in with Wendy. If you're wondering how Kevin could afford this, he couldn't. It was all Wendy's money that he was lavishing on his side piece. While he made decent money working as a producer on the Wendy Williams show, he didn't make anywhere near enough to finance Sharina's lifestyle. And the kicker is that Wendy knew about the affair, but she had one rule. Kevin was not to have a baby on her. Well, Kevin ended up breaking this rule because he had a baby girl with Sharina. Wendy was heartbroken as she filed for divorce. But she didn't stop there because she also made a very petty move. According to Kevin, when the news was out, I told her I would step down from the show, and Wendy told me I need to stay because I was having a kid. I stayed, only to later be lined up. I got fired from management, served divorce papers, and also fired from the show all in the same day.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
Anywho, she and Kevin got divorced, and Kevin proposed to Sharina with a ring worth about $80,000, and she proudly showed off her ring on social media. And if you're wondering how Kevin could afford it, well, Wendy was still paying him alimony, so she was still kind of paying for Kevin and Sharina's lifestyle. Now, she went on an interview and she said this.
And I'm a very plotative individual. I will plot on you. That's right. And that's why I'm going into season 11. And he's changing Pampers.
Kevin should have taken this as a warning, but he didn't. He and Sharina continued to live off Wendy's alimony payments, but then Wendy started having her health issues and her show eventually got canceled by the network because of her extended absence from the show. Well, this is where things started going wrong for Kevin because the alimony payments stopped coming in. He got really mad and had an interview where he called out Wendy and her team, saying, Wendy was in rehab and these people just stopped depositing my money cold turkey. Now I'm demanding to see all the bank records from the time of the divorce until now, and that will show what's really going on. These people have tried to starve me out. At the end of the day, I earned that money and I'm not letting them take it. I will only say for now that it breaks my heart to see what is happening to her. I know she is not in a good place and she is surrounded by people who are taking advantage of her condition, including this so-called guardianship. People found this funny because he had also been taking advantage of Wendy for years before their divorce. We eventually got to know the reason he sounded so mad in the interview was because his financial situation was in a mess. He was broke and needed the alimony payments badly. He revealed this in an interview where he said, I have fallen behind on most of my bills. I currently live in a community that requires payments to the Homeowners Association, and I'm behind on that bill. If the Homeowners Association fees are not paid, foreclosure will soon follow. My car insurance hasn't been paid as a result of not receiving monthly severance payments. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended. My life has been greatly affected since the plaintiff stopped making payments under our settlement agreement. The fact that I am unable to sustain my life and pay my bills in order is extremely urgent to me. I cannot pay my bills and sustain my day-to-day living. So it turns out that Kevin and Sharina have been living off the alimony payments, and when it stopped, they went broke. Now, remember when Wendy said that she was plotting? Well, it turns out that she had her lawyers sneak in a clause into the alimony payments that said that she didn't have to pay Kevin if she left the Wendy show. The clause said, if for any reason plaintiff's contract, plaintiff being Wendy, with Talk WW is not renewed and or is otherwise suspended, canceled, or terminated, and plaintiff does not have any other television show being aired and paying her an equivalent salary, defendant aka Kevin understands and agrees that all severance payments shall be subject to either termination or modification. Wendy was playing chess while Kevin was playing checkers, and it came back to bite him. He tried suing Wendy for the alimony, but the case got thrown out of court, so not only was he broke, but he also owed lawyer fees. But that's not the worst part, because reports now have it that Sharina has dumped him after he went broke. He thought she was his ride or die, but she said psych and dipped. According to a blind item that recently went viral, somewhere out there a talk show host is having a great laugh. Her serial cheating, serial stealing ex broke up with his mistress. She was spending too much of his ill-gotten gains. Sources also confirmed that Sharina had left Kevin and moved back in with her mom.
Now, I am hearing that her ex-husband Kevin and Sharina are no longer together, and you know what that is.
Well, come on now.
The money gone.
What you thought was going to happen?
The money is gone.
Karma came for Kevin, and it came for him hard. He lost his alimony payments and also his sugar baby. Sorry, fiance. He's going through it right now, but people don't feel sorry for him at all. In fact, this Twitter user predicted that this would happen, saying, Kevin Hunter been having this illicit affair for 10 plus years. His wife, that his mistress has been begging him to leave, just filed for divorce. Sharina can have him 100% soon enough and watch her not want him anymore when it's all said and done. They never want you when you're free. This other person said, what goes around comes around. If he's so smart, he should have known she wasn't going to stay with him when he got broke. That's common sense. And another person commented, Kevin is getting everything he deserves. What goes around will definitely come back around no matter how long it takes. That's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Welcome back, Queen Wendy. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Did you see the breakup coming, or were you caught off guard? Also, do you think karma might be going just a little too hard for Kevin? Let me know what you think, and then check out this next video.